All right, what's going on, you guys? So in this video, I'm literally just going to talk about, get straight to the point of how you can lose anywhere from really 10 to 50 pounds within a couple months and how to actually do it without losing muscle. Because I feel like a lot of the times when people go on cuts and they try doing it themselves, they end up losing a good amount of size. And the key thing you really want to focus on while losing weight is being able to at least keep the muscle you had, or even if not gain strength, which is really what you're supposed to do. So the first thing you have to realize is when it comes to actually losing fat, losing weight, I talk about this all the time in my content. You have to be in a calorie deficit, okay? If you want to find out what your calorie deficit number is, literally all you have to do, look up a calorie calculator and it will tell you what it is. Usually it tells you what your maintenance calories is, and maintenance calories just basically means how much calories you eat every day to maintain your weight. Anytime you go below this, you're in a calorie deficit, and that's how you actually lose fat and lose weight, right? Now, the key thing here is to only go under anywhere from like 400 to 800 calories below your maintenance calories. If you do it way too much and go super below it, that is how people lose muscle during their cuts, because they're trying to rush the process. They end up losing weight too fast and they end up losing muscle with it, okay? Second thing is, while you're in this deficit, obviously you want to stick to eating clean, whole foods. You know, for carbs, you can have potatoes, rice, oats, fruits, veggies, right? For protein sources, you want to have good quality protein sources like lean meats, Greek yogurt, eggs. But the key thing here is to have around your body weight in grams of protein every day. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm 190 pounds, so I try to aim for, at the very minimum, like 160 to 170 grams of protein per day. And I promise you guys, that's very easy to get in, right? On top of that, you want good quality protein sources, okay? You don't want to be getting, half your protein intake from mass gainer or whey protein, because the quality actually matters. So again, you want to stick to whole foods, right? For protein, you can have ground turkey, regular turkey, chicken breast, ground beef is one of my favorites, eggs, Greek yogurt, fish like tuna. These are going to be the main sources of protein you need to stick to during your cut, okay? And this is going to be the main building block of putting on muscle. So that way, as you're cutting down slowly and you keep your protein intake somewhat high, you're able to at least retain the muscle you have, if not get stronger, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is carbs. Now, a lot of people think that carbs are bad for you, that they're this horrible thing. No, you actually want your carbs to be pretty high during your cuts, because it's your body's main source of energy, okay? So when you cut this out completely, you're not really going to have energy for your workouts, so you're going to feel fatigued, you're going to get unmotivated, and probably just stop the cut, ultimately together. Another thing too is that it's needed for recovery, so you're not going to be able to recover, and it's just going to make things bad. So you want to keep the carbs pretty high. Again, for sources, you can have, I like potatoes. They keep you a lot more full than rice, but yeah, you have rice too, oats, fruits, veggies, right? You can have bread, that's fine too, but you want to keep the carbs high, so that way you have high energy for your workouts. You're actually able to recover better and keep on gaining muscle and getting stronger, okay? Now, other than nutrition, which is obviously the main part in losing weight, the number one thing I also see is when you're actually in the gym, you still need to be training hard. Now, since you're in a deficit and you're not eating as much food anymore, you're obviously not going to be in the best state to, add on muscle as if you were like in a bulk, for example, right? So the main thing you need to focus on is lowering your training volume just a little bit, so lowering your sets. That way you can recover a little bit better. For everybody I talk to, especially as naturals, I don't care what age you are, all you need is really 8 to 10 sets per week per muscle group. That's it. Also, you do not need to be training every single day, because you're not having any rest days. It's going to be a lot harder to recover. So really the sweet spot is like 3 to 5 days a week you really need to train for. I promise you that's literally all you need, okay? Another thing too, again, is the volume part, only doing 8 to 10 sets per week. And then a cheat code is having a lower rep range when you do your sets, okay? The higher in reps you go, so if I'm doing 12, 15, 20 reps on one set of an exercise, the higher in reps you go, it literally causes more and more soreness and fatigue. And soreness is not an indicator of you building muscle. That's a myth, right? You have to understand, we want as minimal soreness as possible, so we're able to recover better and keep on getting stronger and, getting progress and gaining muscle. So me personally, I really train anywhere from like 4 to 10 reps on my exercises. That's really it. This is going to ensure that you do not get too sore for, your next day workout, and that overall you recover a lot better so you can get stronger faster. That is the main thing. So the key things I want you to really take away from this video on how to really just get stronger during your cuts and not lose muscle is, number one, a small calorie deficit, not starving yourself. 2 is having quality protein. 3, keep your carbs still high. Do not cut carbs out of your diet. 4 is lowering your volume a little bit while you're in the gym and only lifting from 3 to 5 days a week. And number 6 is just learning still how to train hard and not overdoing it. I promise if you stick to those things, you will get stronger during your cuts, okay? The last thing we want is to, get in a cutting phase and cut down and then end up losing all of our size. So I promise you, if you implement those 6 things, you will keep your muscle and you will get stronger. And the same thing happens for my clients, especially Doel. He literally joined me 2.5 months ago now. He's stronger than he was before, and he's down 20 pounds. Literally the topic of this video. So if you just do the right things, I promise you, you will be solid. There's a free guide if you want more info on how to cut fat, gain muscle, and also fix your mindset in the bio on my YouTube page. Completely free. Go check it out. Hope y'all have a good one.